Let's talk meal prep. Are you new to it? Have no idea where to start or what to cook? Together today, let's talk about meal prep that isn't overwhelming, one you can actually follow. And I'm going to share with you the meal prep formula that I use to lose 80 pounds without weighing any of my food. So are you ready? Meal prep. It sounds fancy and involved, right? Well, it's not really. Meal prepping is simply the act of preparing meals, then portioning them out to create easy grab-and-go meals as needed. And guess what? You've already meal prepped before. You just probably didn't recognize it as meal prep. Here's what I mean. Have you ever taken your lunch or dinner leftovers, packed them up to take to school or to work the next day? That was sort of meal prepping. Here's my disclaimer. You do not need to meal prep in order to achieve your health and weight loss goals. You just don't. However, life feels busier than ever. At least it does for me. And I'm sure it probably does for you if you really think about it. Cooking each day, I don't really have the time to do that. Do you? Ordering out had my bank account crying and my waistline, well, expanded. Meal prepping helped me gain perspective, save money, have more time to be present with my family, do stuff for me that I like reach my weight loss goals faster. So where to start? First, ask yourself and decide, what do you want to eat? That's the first step. A couple of things I tend to factor in to help me determine what to prep are: 1. What does my schedule look like? How many meals will be eaten at home versus out? Leading me to the second factor or question I ask myself. Do I need to prep lunch, dinner, or both? Breakfast? Well, my breakfast is pretty much consistent, taking less than 10 minutes to prepare each morning, so I don't necessarily meal prep breakfast because it is quick enough for me to put together while I get ready for my workout. But your life setup might benefit from you prepping breakfast. You get to decide that. And if you want breakfast options, let me know. Next, I browse the fridge, my cabinets to see which items I have on hand that I want or need to use up. Meal prepping helps me to stop buying additional food when I already have food here that I'm not utilizing. There will not be any freezer burned items or moldy things left in the refrigerator because I take the time to meal prep to use up what I have before I go out and purchase any other new additional things. When I approach meal prepping this way, eating healthy isn't as expensive. I hear that all the time. Eating healthy is expensive. I found that it's not when I take the time to meal prep, and I am very intentional about what I'm eating and how I'm spending my funds for eating. As daunting as prepping meals for 3 to 4 days may seem, I am more aware of what I am eating and how it is impacting not just my weight, but my mood, energy, and sleep. Let's dive into the simplest way to do this, and I have you, the beginner, to all of this in mind. Gather all the cooking appliances you need. I am talking about your slow cookers, Instapots, grills, air fryers, large baking sheets, baking pans, whatever you will need to cook 3 to 4 days worth of food in the quickest amount of time. You can meal prep without all of these efficiency appliances. Our parents and our grandparents cooked in bulk for years using just the stove and the oven. So you can do that. Do not allow not having these appliances hinder you. Grab your protein sources for the week. I recommend picking 2 to 3 different sources. It could be chicken and not just the breast, okay? Like the thighs are good and they're juicy. Turkey, seafood, salmon, trout, mahi-mahi, eggs, or vegan sources. I try to have on hand, it's been a super rough day, convenient options around. Things like bags of pre-cooked grilled chicken, hard-boiled eggs, and maybe a few cans of tuna. I want to cook what I have on hand this week and extend the life of my grocery budget, so I have thawed out ground turkey and shrimp for this week. I just need to season them and let them marinate while I get everything else ready. We don't have to cook all the food the same way for the week either. The thing is, I could use this ground turkey to make patties, meatballs, or chili. Shrimp is just shrimp, but it can be added to a multitude of dishes. Varying the cooking method, that is a good way to not feel like you are eating the same thing every day as well. Cooking something in the air fryer will give it a very different feel, texture, taste than cooking it in, say, the oven or the slow cooker. Because if we're actually honest with ourselves, we pretty much eat about the same things day in and day out. It's just the preparation, the presentation of it that makes it feel like we are eating something different. With my appliances set up and ready to go, I wash, peel, chop, cut 2 to 3 carbohydrate sources and vegetable sources. And I am a sucker for Japanese sweet potatoes. These I make into fries or I bake them in the oven. So yummy. The taste feels like they can't be healthy, but they are. These Japanese sweet potatoes I am planning to pair with shrimp and vegetables. Other carbohydrates I eat are jasmine rice cooked in the Instant Pot in like 10 minutes from start to finish. This I will be adding to my turkey chili that has celery, fennel, spinach, and chopped carrots. The carrots, these are good baked like fries too. Occasionally, I will use gluten-free pasta to mix and match with some of these dishes as a carbohydrate source. Let's talk vegetables. My digestive strength is fickle, so too many green, leafy, or cruciferous vegetables, that's a no-no for me. My default vegetable is green beans, baked in the oven or tenderized in the Instant Pot or on the stove. But I do sprinkle in some of those other things like the spinach, the kale, the collard greens in small, tiny portions. I cannot have them in huge portions. See, the trick to get around the boredom of meal prepping or just eating the same things day in and day out is to remember that you get to cook what you like, the way you like. You can add low-calorie sauces if you like, but mainly the key is to provide yourself with several options to keep your taste buds, eyes, and mental outlook pleased. Can we talk snacks? Overweight, out of shape me was a big time snacker. I didn't give up snacking just because my focus shifted to improving my health and weight loss. I gave up snacking so frequently throughout the day. That's what I did. When I eat 3 good nutrient-rich dishes, balanced meals, my appetite doesn't really want a snack. But to stay ahead of uncontrollable hunger, I do plan at least 1 snack a day. This is where I usually get in some fruit, clementines, berries, grapes, easy to grab and go options. My sons and husbands, they opt for protein chips, jerky, granola, and popcorn to snack on. After you've prepped and cooked 2 to 3 of each of proteins, carbohydrates, and vegetables, you have a couple of options, plus the easy formula for eating for weight loss that I'm about to share with you. One option is you could put together your whole, complete meal in a meal prep container. You could store each food item separately in the refrigerator or the freezer to mix and match as you wish. Using this method, mix and match either a protein and a grain and a vegetable, or a protein, a vegetable, and a vegetable, or a legume, a vegetable, and a grain. Those 3 combinations of 3 different separate types of meals that you can put together, that is the formula that I use throughout the week for my meals to help me lose 80 pounds and maintain that 80-pound weight loss for over a decade. Since sustainable weight loss is about eating enough of the right foods for your goals, how about next week we practice making more meals to support your weight loss journey? So I'll see you next week. Eat well, stay active.